If you would like more videos like this, consider joining my online library. It's only $15.99 per month, and you can cancel at any time. Here you'll get weekly uploads of new videos around pain management yoga, restorative yoga, Ashtanga yoga, chakra yoga, all sorts. So head to www.yogatraveleronline/membership to join. Welcome to Yoga Today. We are going to be grounding ourselves to the earth, feeling that connection from below as we connect with our root chakra. The root chakra is at the base of the spine, and for our purposes today, it will be whatever is touching the ground. It's associated with the earth element, the color red. You see I've got red lights, red clothes on, and a lot of balances. So if you feel like you need to have something nearby that you can hold on to, a chair, a table, a wall, feel free to grab that, as well as a couple of blocks and a strap perhaps will be handy and helpful for our practice. So let's close our eyes. We're going to start standing. Open up your toes nice and wide and then drop them down so that you feel like you have a good connection to the floor. Lots of space, lots of touching on the floor. We're going to increase our surface space. And just close those eyes. Chin tucked just a little bit so that you can feel your connection to your breath as well. If you are outside practicing, that is ideal, but not all of us can. For our purposes today, just imagine the earth underneath you. The root chakra is highly connected to the earth. Think about root, things that are growing out of the ground. So we have that basis in the ground, the roots, but then the energy that comes from that, the plant, whatever is growing, we'll keep that in mind today as we practice. Root to the floor, energize up our body. Good. Now let's see if we can feel our root just a little bit with some movement. The beauty of chakra yoga is connecting the energy in the chakras with the movement and the energy of our yoga poses. So take a chair pose, Utkatasana. Inhale, lift up. I'll turn to my side so you can see. We want to be able to see our toes on the floor so that we can have the connection of the heel and the toes to the ground. Lots of lift through the center of our body. Take a breath here. Feel your feet. Your toes might wiggle on the floor. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Just sweep those hands along the earth. If they don't quite reach, you can keep your knees bent and just sweep them on the earth. Inhale, reach back up to chair pose. Find that stability between your toes and your heels. Exhale, slide down. Maybe you can straighten the knees at any point, feel free. Inhale, lift up, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold forward. Try to straighten out the knees. Try to reach the earth, Utkatasana. Once more, inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold forward. Good, let's pause here for a minute. Feel the backs of the legs lengthen, but keep the connection, toes and heels. Try to have equal weight across both ends of your foot. Good. Let's roll up through our spine, nice and slow. Bring our arms back by our sides as we lift up. Step near the top of your mat so that we can take more warming with Sira Namaskara A. Here we go. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Maybe your hands brush the earth once again. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins, or you can leave them on the ground if that's comfortable for you. Exhale, hands down. Step back to our plank for the first one today. Let's lower all the way down to the earth. Most of our body on the earth, our arms, our elbows just right by our sides. Inhale, press up to baby cobra. And exhale, lower down. Feel that squeeze in your back. Inhale, lift up. Baby cobra, squeeze. Exhale, lower back down. Relax your neck. Once more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Press onto your knees. Let them open a little wider than your hips. And sit back to a child's pose. You can just drop your forehead down, reach those arms forward. Breathe. This child's pose is closely connected to the earth. We are on the ground. Feel that space. Feel that connection to the earth. Good. Let's keep moving. Inhale, lift up to downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Heels drop down. They may not touch, but some of you might. You can pedal your feet if that feels okay. This is our first one. We'll need to warm ourselves up a little bit, so let's do it again. Look forward, bend your knees, step, hop, walk up to your hands. Exhale, fold down into your legs. Inhale, reverse swan dive, reach all the way up to the sky. Exhale, Samastiti, arms by our sides. Let's try it again. Little variation change in there, so follow along. Inhale, lift. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, look up, halfway lift, or you can have your hands on your shins. Exhale, hands down to the mat, step back. This time you can lower all the way to the ground again, or chaturanga, and let yourself hover. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. If you would prefer a child's pose again, feel free to go there. That's fine. Pressing, lengthening, lifted through the hips, shifted through those shoulders. Nice and strong. Good. Now let's walk our hands back to our feet. Here you might utilize a block. Got mine here in case. If it's hard for you to reach your toes, just grab onto a block and hang forward. If you're able to grab your toes, you can wrap your index finger and thumb around your big toes and fold forward. Now it's easy to shift our weight too far back into our heels. Feel those toes, connect them to the earth, and shift forward just a little bit. Pull up and in through the center of our body. Feel how grounded we are. We're reaching down, but what part of our energy reaches up? All the way up our legs, all the way up into the hips. Good. One step deeper. Take a breath. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend your knees and take your hands underneath your feet. If you need to keep your knees bent, that's fine. That's going to stretch out your back. If you're able to straighten your knees, then do so, and it's even deeper. Perhaps you're still utilizing your block. That's great. Or you can even grab your hands behind your legs and pull a little bit deeper. So there's lots of variations we can choose here. The point is to stay rooted to the floor, but energized all the way up into the hips. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, release your hands. Bring them up to your shins, halfway lift. Exhale, let's bend our knees, take our hands down, walk our way forward. Once again to plank, take a breath, inhale, exhale, chaturanga, maybe drop to the stomach. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Heels down, hips high. Bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, step or hop up to the hands. Exhale, fold down into your legs. Inhale, reverse swan dive, reach all the way up to the sky. Exhale, Samastiti, arms by our sides. Nicely done. Let's take our first standing balance. This is a tricky one. Feel free to set yourself up near something to hold on to. And grab your strap as well, because you will probably end up utilizing it. So, this is Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. We're going to take the strap around the left foot. So our right foot is going to be our strong standing foot. And we extend the leg out to the side, to the front, right in front of us. So if you're holding onto something, your right hand is holding that chair or table or whatever it is. And you've got your strap around that left foot. Now our weight has shifted over, you can feel it, into that right side. Don't sink into this hip. Pull up. Remember the feeling of being rooted to the floor and that growth, that energy that comes from the ground. Some of you who are extra flexible and bendy, you might be able to reach down and grab your toe. Take it there if you want. If this is too much, just hold on to your knee. That's another great option, and then you don't have to worry about the strap. Good. This whole time we've been balancing as I've been chattering on. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Come on down from whatever variation you are in. Nice job. Feel grounded. We will shift to the left. Take our strap around that right foot. This side is tricky for me. I might utilize my little table here. So feel it. Strong. Stronger than we think. Even if your ankle is shifting, that's okay. That's just your body getting used to being on just the one leg. It still means that you're grounded, that you are strong and steady, just like a tree with roots deep into the ground. Nice work. Let's take one more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Whew, almost fell over. Nice job. Nice job. You can set that off to the side. Grab a block. Put one on each end of your mat. As we move back and forth from side to side, first starting with Vinyasa and then feeling our root as we move through some deep yoga poses. So here we go. Inhale, lift up. If balances stress you out, then exhale through your mouth. No more stress, it's all gone. Inhale, look up, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step back. Chaturanga on the knees, down to your stomach, whatever you choose. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, fold back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good. Inhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands and drop that left heel down to the floor. Inhale, reach up to Warrior One. We feel steady, stable, and grounded. There's nothing quite like the warrior poses to help us feel very strong and connected to the earth. Both feet firmly on the floor, weight in between both feet. But yet, what is our upper body doing? It's reaching. It's growing. It's feeling energized. Our breath should be deep and strong here. Good. Now we're going to shift back and forth between squared hips and open hips and see if we can still stay grounded. That's our challenge. So squared hips right here in Warrior One. Inhale. Exhale, open up to Warrior Two, still with your right leg forward. And now our hips are open. This position, definitely very stable. We're putting lots of energy into our right hip. Don't ignore that left pinky edge. Those feet are the root, are the connection to the ground. So now to get into warrior three, what do we have to do to our hips? We have to turn them back to square. So reach your hand, your left hand forward, rotate those hips, and let's lean forward. We've got a block sitting right here. We might reach for it and lift that left leg off the mat, or we might reach into warrior three. Now our hips are squared. Make sure they're pointing toward the earth. Also that left toe pointing toward the earth. Strong. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Bend. Reach down and reverse warrior. Let's feel the connection of the floor. Left hand reaches to the left leg. Reach that right arm up. A reverse warrior kind of from warrior one, right? Our hips are back to that squared position. But it feels nice to lean a little energy back into that left leg since it was hovering off the floor before. Help it to feel grounded there. Good. Inhale, reach that left arm up, straighten both legs, and let's rotate. Rotate your body so that your left foot comes forward. Make sure to bring those hips around with you, yes? Bend that left knee, and we're in warrior one on that left side. It should feel strong and stable. Both heels connecting to the floor. All 10 toes connecting to that ground beneath you. Good. Now see if you can open up those hips to warrior two. Inhale, open. That left knee is still in front. Leaning down a little bit more into that left leg, but don't forget the right pinky edge on the floor. It's just as important, if not more so, because we have that connection between both sides. Good. Now here's the tricky one. Moving to warrior three, our hips need to shift. Let's bring our right arm forward, that right hip pulling into alignment with the left. Reach, maybe going for your block. That's great. Maybe up. This is my tricky side. Maybe up to warrior three. I think I'm going to utilize my block again. So both hips pointing to the floor, toe pointing to the floor. Stable and strong in that left leg, but not sinking into the hip, lifting through it. There's so much to think about. If it's all too much, just go back to your breath. Reconnect. Good. Inhale. Exhale, bend your left knee. Drop that right foot down. Reach up, back to our warrior one. It's a little more stable. And drop that right hand down. Triumphant variation of reverse warrior. Having a little more energy into that right leg. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Nicely done. Lift up. This time as we open and turn our body, let's come to the middle. Nice and wide, and reach your legs open, your arms open. Now our hips are square. Both feet firmly pressing to the floor. Prasarita Padottanasana series, a couple of poses we'll do here. Let's start out with A. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Take your hands down to the floor. And if you can, walk them back so they're right between your feet. As you do that, feel your weight shifting toward your toes. It's not all back into the heels. Press into the floor. You can shift the weight to your toes even just a little bit more. And exhale, fold back down. This is a very stable pose. We've got our feet, we've got our hands on the floor. If it's too hard to reach the floor, a block. That's what a block is for, yes? Hands on that block. We can feel the backs of the legs. We can feel this reach all the way up into our hips. Beautiful extension of our spine. It's very nice. Good. Take one more breath. Inhale, lengthen out your spine. Exhale, bring your hands to your waist. Inhale, lift up. Very nice. Let's take Prasarita C. Exhale, bring your hands behind you, clasp them together. Now, if you're very tight through your shoulders, a strap can be very helpful. Take your hands behind you, hands on the strap, and you can just widen out as much as you can for mobility as you pull your hands away from your back. So that's an option that you can try if you'd like. Whatever you choose, let's clasp back there. Let's press and open up our chest. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Take your hands down and let the head just relax down there. Now, we don't have our hands on the ground anymore. Make sure you're not shifting too far back into the heel. Bring some weight forward to your toes. Feel the backs of the legs. Ooh, I gotta bend for just a moment. Straighten back up again. Nice. Strong, strong breath. Good. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, release your hands. Nicely done. Step our feet back to the top of our space. We have been holding still, doing lots of strong poses, so it feels like we need to move. Let's do a vinyasa together. Here we go. Inhale, reach up. Grounded to the floor, reaching from it. Exhale, fold forward, down we go. Inhale, look up, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down. Step back, chaturanga. You can drop to your knees, drop to your belly if you want. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. And exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Stretch through those feet. Nice job. Good. Lift your right leg. Inhale, up and back behind you. Exhale, bring it through in between your hands. Draw that left heel down. And then as you come up, windmill those arms. So we're in a warrior two. We're going to work with those open and closed hips as we move through some twists now. So Parsvakonasana. You can drop your right elbow to your thigh and reach your left arm over. Or we've got this block here waiting for us. You can put it on the pinky toe side of your foot and reach over, or just have your hand directly on the floor, and that's fine too. So here our hips are open, and we're putting lots of beautiful energy into that right hip, really pressing it. The hip chakra is the next one in the series. So this is kind of foreshadowing, I guess, what it might feel like to work on those hip chakras while staying grounded. Good. Now inhale, lift up. You can just keep that block there. It's not in our way. We need to square our hips and bring our hands together. So this heel needs to move. Our hips need to move. Rotate them and keep going. Drop that left elbow down to the right knee, or you've got your block. You can put your hand on your block, hand on the hip, arm overhead, or just keeping the hands at heart center. How can you stay grounded, especially through that left heel as you're twisting? Really press it into the ground. Feel that support from that deep hold there. And the press. Good. Inhale, lift up. We're going to unwind, rotate over to the left. We find ourselves in warrior two on that left side. Now everything once again is open. Find the grounding. If it felt uncomfortable in that twist, reconnect right here. Good. Then take Parsvakonasana, our options, elbow to the thigh, reaching for the block on the pinky toe side, or just directly hand on the floor. then pull that right arm overhead. In some ways, maybe this is a break. Not really, we're working really hard, but twists are even more hard. So this is kind of your take a moment, take a breath, feel that depth, but also control that you have. Good. Inhale, lift up. Bring your hands to heart center as we rotate our feet, specifically that right leg. Drop that heel down and then keep going. The right elbow to the left knee. Maybe you're reaching for the block, hand on the hip, hand overhead. Maybe you're keeping your hands at heart center. Combination of both, whatever. Feel that rotation, but don't forget about the connection of the heel on that right side to the floor. Whew, so deep. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Pull your hands together. Lift up. Nice job. We're going back over to the other side. This time we're going to give our hips a little break and keep our knees straight so that we can do Trikonasana. Heels on the floor, nice lengthened knees. Inhale, reach your arms. Exhale, reach down that right arm. You've got your block close by. If you're using it, move it to the big toe side of your foot and then open up through the chest. Not all of you will need the block. You can have your hands along your leg anywhere you want. Some of you might be reaching your foot or your toe. Lift up. Trikonasana is such a beautiful grounded pose. We reach down for the earth to connect to it. But then we lift that left arm beautifully, gratefully, energizingly into the sky. Good. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, rotate the hips again. Hands to the hips, turn your left foot, press that heel down. Now our block is right where we want it to be if you're using it. Let's take Parsva Uttanasana. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold forward. You can just rotate the block so it's horizontal and you can have both hands on that block. If you don't need the block and you're able to reach the earth, just place your hands down. Framing up that foot. It's a deep stretch into the back of the right leg, all the way up into the hip and the glute. Really grounded here. We're reaching down, but our energy lifts up. And we're almost to where we need to be to twist once more. Let's grab our block one more time, move it to the pinky toe side of your foot. Then take your left hand across to that block. Pull your right hip back and extend that right arm. You might have your hand on the floor, that's fine. You can move your block to whatever height you need. Press that left heel into the ground. Feel grounded. Whew. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your hand to your waist, or you can place it down on that block again. Let's bend our right knee so that we come up and don't stumble. Keep our balance. Turn your feet to the left side. Left toe is now pointing front. We've got our block there, ready to go. We're keeping our knees straight for Trikonasana. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, reach down. If you're using your block, move it to the big toe side of your foot. Rotate the height of that block. And feel strong and stable. Remember, this is kind of like our break because the twist is the hardest. This is not as hard. Just breathe through it. No yoga pose lasts forever. We know that we get great benefits if we pay attention to our breath. Good. Inhale, lift up. Take your hands to your hips, rotate that right heel goes down to the mat. Inhale, Parsva Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward. Adjust your block so you have something to hold on to, or if you don't need it, just set it off to the side. Reach down for the floor and feel that stretch, back of the leg, hamstring, glute, all the way up as we turn our gaze toward the toe. We feel that length in the back of the neck. Beautiful. Strong breath. Here might be the trickiest part. Last twist. Take your block to the pinky toe side of your foot. Bring your right hand across to that block. Pull your left hip back and see if you can extend your left arm. It's okay to have your hand on your hip. That is an option. This is our last strong pose. After this, we're going to stretch out our legs, so just keep breathing. Plus our feet. Our feet have been working hard as we've been grounding to the earth. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your hand down. We made it. Bend your left knee. Step forward. Let's roll up through our spine. We'll take one more vinyasa. Just breathe through it. Here we go. Make it feel easy. Inhale, easy breath. Exhale, maybe sigh it out your mouth. Inhale, look up, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step back. Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Bend your knees, let them drop down, and come back to a child's pose. We were here near the beginning of our practice. Now, after doing all of those very deep, strong standing poses, it's okay to take a little break. Let our breath relax a little bit. Let our body just be. Good. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, come to sit. We'll face each other with our feet together, knees open to the side. Sometimes this is difficult for your hips. You can place your blocks underneath to kind of give you a little balance. I'm going to start with my hips, my blocks there, because I want to get to our feet. We're going to rub those feet. So I don't know how your feet are feeling right now, but that was a lot of strong grounding and our feet were working hard. So it's okay to give them a little love. Our feet are on the earth, on the ground every day, helping us to feel stable. And maybe sometimes we ignore our feet more than we should. So let's not right now. Let's enjoy our feet. I love to just rub along that arch. Maybe in between your toes, you might move up toward your ankles, base of the calves there. Good. I could spend a lot of time rubbing the feet, but we'll move on. If you want to keep the blocks, fine. I'm now going to move mine. I want to get just a little deeper. So maybe scoot your heels a little closer if you can. I like to hold on to my feet, but you can hold on to your ankles. Take a breath, inhale. Exhale, extend your torso forward and then go down. Let your head drop down as those hips expand as we fold forward. Now you can tell my head is not on the ground. That's okay, as long as we can feel it through the hip flexors, right in the front of the hips and in between the hips at the sacrum. Then we're doing what we can, and that's what matters. Good. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release your feet. Let's open up wide for Upavista Konasana. Try to keep your toes pointed to the sky. You can either reach your hands down your legs, or if you're a little more flexible, keep coming forward. Walk your way down. Every breath you take just helps you to relax, maybe. You might be able to get a little deeper with each breath. Sometimes we can. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, walk your way up. Nice job. Exhale, bend that left knee underneath in front, and let's pull the right foot up over the top. Now, if this is too tight for your body, feel free to lengthen out that left leg, and that's fine. That's going to be just fine. I'll show it tucked, but certainly you can leave it lengthened. Extend your left arm. Inhale. Exhale. Hook it on. Right hand to the floor. Sit nice and tall. Pull up through the middle and send your gaze back toward that right shoulder back there. Just twisting out any last remaining tension that you might have in your body. Taking a moment to let it go. Good. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, unwind. Other side. Tuck it in. So right leg's on the bottom, left leg's on the top. Right leg can be straight. Extend that right arm. Exhale, hook it onto your left leg. Left hand on the floor. Pull that shoulder back. Send your gaze back. And feel that squeeze. A little bit of foreshadow to the third chakra, solar plexus chakra. But definitely we're close to the earth here, really connecting our hips to the ground and twisting from that grounded space. Very nice. Come back around to the center. If you've got your blocks in your way like I do, you can move them. Let's come onto our back. And we'll just stay in a nice little ball, knees into our chest. Just take a moment to rock. Feeling release through the back, through the hips. One more time to get tight, so that when we release into Savasana on the earth, we'll feel the release. So pull your head up, almost like you're going to touch your forehead to your knees. You might be able to. I can't quite get there, but you might be able to. Feel it squeezing and tightening. All the energy pulling right into the center. Take one more breath here. Inhale. Exhale, sigh it out, and let it go. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Once more, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Close your eyes. And let yourself rest. You've reached Savasana. You're laying flat on the earth to take in all of the blessings that the earth has for you. Feeling grounded and supported and held. Continue to lay there. I will wake you up with the sound of the earth chakra tone, the root chakra tone. So just be there for a few more moments. No cares or worries. And I will wake you when it's time. Start to wake yourself up. Rotate through your wrists, your ankles. Point and flex your feet. Stretch your arms overhead to lengthen through your entire body. And roll over to one side in fetal pose. I hope that tone sunk deep into your body as you connect one more breath or two with the earth. Gently press up to a comfortable seated position and bring your hands to heart center. I'll leave you with this quote by Henry David Thoreau. If you have built castles in the air, your work need not be lost. That is where they should be. Now, put the foundation under them. Thank you for your practice today. Namaste.